Pretty.
All the things, and we'll have to switch over to the screen and do all the things. Oh, look, it worked. Hi, kids. Welcome to the Phantom of Dreams podcast. Joining me is Northwolf911.
Ooh.
If you don't know who this is, well, that's your problem. We're going to fix that now. Although I'm sure most of you in here now know who this character is, but, you know, introduce yourself, my friend.
Well, for those who don't know me, my name is Northwolf911. I am a variety streamer, not only here on Twitch, but also over on YouTube. We are YouTube partnered officially, and we're trying to take over a little TikTok realm over right now. But we love to play all types of games, including RPGs and some FPSs offline, but not really much. You'll mostly see in our channel Zelda content, Kingdom Hearts content, seriously recently Soulsborne content, and also what am I missing? Zelda, Kingdom Hearts, Soulsborne. Forgetting my head half the time. Mario Kart, we do Mario Karts on the weekend, so we play Mario Kart. So, you know, do a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a little bit about me, more about Angelus. So, welcome everybody. This is the Northwolf podcast.
Yeah, only half the time. Lol. Yes, if you don't know who I am, why the hell are you even here? Oh, right, Northwolf. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm, of course, your indie game boyfriend, AnjelusX. If you're catching this on the replay on YouTube, like, subscribe, and look at all the links down below and do all those things that YouTube kids do. All right, speaking of which, let's get right into it. What do you find is different between doing the Twitch thing and doing the YouTube thing?
That's a good question. So, in my opinion, okay, this is not the Bible. We're not going to say this is the Bible. This is what we're going to be doing. But I would say the biggest difference between YouTube and Twitch are your audience, right? The audience that you are reaching out to isn't just your immediate community. You're trying to reach out to others that are not just in your community, but those two are yet to find your community, right? I feel like Twitch is all about the here and now versus YouTube is more about future individuals who may come across your content. Since Twitch isn't made to really hold on to your video on demands, your VODs, it's really made for the here and now. It's like when you go live, you press that go live button, it's those audiences that come in you know, they do the thing, right? They come in and they say hello and they chat with you. Whereas YouTube is more not just for the community that's there at that particular moment, but also for those people that are going to come across your content eventually. And you know, that's what I feel like one of the main differences are, besides the technical stuff, right? Which I'm sure we'll talk about later, all right? But you know, as far as like the overall feel of the community, it's definitely more about the content you want to create and not necessarily about entertainment at that particular moment in time with your community. So that's a roundabout answer.
That is a roundabout answer. And this must be what a day in your life, because suddenly we have a hype train and things are going off.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah. That's right. We're the hype train going on. We got hype going on. If there's no hype going on, then
yeah, I see that.
Right.
I see that.
Just let it happen. Just accept the love. Accept the love from the community who enjoys.
I'll take the love. I'll bend over and take the love like I should. Thank you, Amber, Wrecked, Danny, Sath.
Yeah, exactly.
Make data.
You guys don't do
Thank
that.
you, everyone, for the bits and the subs.
Meg?
You guys. Thank you. And
You guys are amazing.
Of course, we're graced with a look at Dill.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, that was definitely a roundabout answer, but I get it. You know, it's one of those things that's why we talk about these things, is because there is notable differences and some things that are kind of the same, especially when you get that crossover between Twitch and YouTube for audience. But
yeah, absolutely.
You know, Twitch is the thing that Twitch doesn't have that YouTube
I don't know. Keep going. Keep talking. Nothing happened.
Okay. Nothing happened. Right. Nothing happened. Okay. Ignoring that. The thing with Twitch that they really need to learn is that you need some kind of evergreen content on your platform to retain viewers for longer than a minute. Because once you're done streaming, your viewers go off to wherever they go, and if they come back when you're not live, they're not going to see anything. You know, there's nothing there. There's clips that, yeah, okay, you can see clips, but you don't get clips generated from every stream. Your VODs are short-lived. They disappear after so long. And there's nothing really to pull people back when you're offline. YouTube, you've got content all the time. Whether it's shorts or short videos, VODs, whatever it happens to be, that people can rewatch again and again over years because it's still there
forever. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't understand why Twitch still doesn't get it. Well, I do. It's because Twitch leadership is out to lunch, chasing horses and playing Candyland. But
yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's one of those things that YouTube has all the discovery in the world as you progress and get better. Thank you, A Sing. But the problem with YouTube is that the live experience isn't there. It doesn't have the live audience that Twitch does.
Well, I agree to disagree on that one. Like, I feel like YouTube is still in that baby phase when it comes to live audience, so it doesn't necessarily mean that YouTube does not have the audience. I think it has the audience. I think it's just not built out or known for live streaming as much as Twitch does right now. So, or even TikTok, right? Like TikTok now is known for people going live and interacting with people. And I just feel like YouTube is still building that brand, but in my personal opinion, I feel that YouTube will eventually get to that platform. I think YouTube will probably overtake in a matter of years. I don't think it's going to happen overnight, but I think in a matter of years, YouTube will definitely finally find its footing in the live streaming space and possibly even take over the live streaming space. Because if you think about it, YouTube's been around for ages and years, and everybody, you think about how to do something, you don't go on Twitch to find out how to do something. You go on YouTube to find out how to do something. So, you know, eventually YouTube is going to be there, right? For that live streaming to interact with other people. Is just not known for it yet. And I think the audience is there. You know, I know that with my personal experience with Horizon, I actually got a lot of viewers that came by and watched Horizon content with me, who I thought weren't even a part of the Twitch community. They were just part of the YouTube community that saw the content there and started hanging out with us. So, you know, it's just a matter of like how comfortable you feel in front of the camera and how comfortable you feel in front of just talking to yourself sometimes. And people are going to notice and vibe with you. They're going to stick around and, you know, not want to just, you know, just sit there and look at, you know, outer space and stuff. It's just, they're going to try to interact with you. And I feel like both communities, Twitch and YouTube in general, have wonderful communities where they interact with you, but I feel like YouTube has got that like really passionate communities with the content that you're making. So like if you're making content about baking pies, this community is going to be really passionate about baking pies, right? If you're playing, you know, Soulsborne game, they're really passionate about Soulsborne games. You know, so it's like, I feel it's a little bit different when it comes to like Twitch, where Twitch is more of that passer through, right? Like people would just come on, they're like, hey, I'm bored, I'm at work or whatever, I'm watching you and we're hanging out. Whereas YouTube, it's like, I'm going to solely invest in everything you got. Like, you know, we're going to really get into this. And like, you know, it just feels like they're a little bit more passionate behind, at least in my personal experience. Again, every person's going to have different experiences, but in my personal experience, I feel like YouTube has got that more passionate community when it comes to the type of content that you're making.
Well, this is true because YouTube has that ability to grow that kind of community because the content is always there. So they can grow and connect, and as more content keeps coming out. Oh, there's our look at Panda. And maybe I phrased it wrong. It's not so much that the audience isn't there, it's that the live experience to find live streams is an issue.
Yes.
That's the thing they really need to fix. That, and of course, gifted memberships, which we know is coming. Possibly in the next 2 weeks, according to some rumors.
Yes. The rumors are a bit, and I'm really excited about it too. I'm really, really excited about it. Being a YouTube partner recently, you get the same subscription levels as if you were on Twitch. So on Twitch, you have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. On YouTube, once you hit partnership, you have those same tiers. So you have like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And what's really neat, and I thought was extremely interesting with YouTube, is that you get to control as a partner the amount of money you actually put out there as far as your subscription levels are concerned. So they're not locked in like Twitch is. You actually get to choose from a range of dollar amounts that they provide to you for your tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 subscriptions. So you might notice that certain there we go, chat. Good job, chat. I'm proud of you, chat. All right. Certain subscriptions or certain channels have different prices for their tier subscriptions. They control their prices, which I found it very interesting. So, with a tier 1 subscription here on YouTube, or excuse me, on Twitch, it's $4.99. On a tier 1, depending on your partnership, you can actually make it as low as $1.99, and it gives them for emotes and stuff. So I thought that was really interesting, and I definitely think it's just going to take a matter of time, which would be really cool, and I really would love to see that that really kind of flourish with YouTube, because they have such a great algorithm going on with the different aspects of YouTube, especially with Shorts, because Shorts has its own algorithms and regular YouTube have its own algorithms. So it'd be really interesting to see what they do with their live algorithm and get more people and more eyes on you going live, which I think would be fantastic compared to Twitch right now, which basically is all word of mouth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there has been talk, if you saw the CEO of YouTube's interview with Ludwig, there's talk about monetizing Shorts.
Yes.
Which is
they
very
already
interesting
have
too.
monetization for Shorts. It's just called a short funding.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like the traditional YouTube videos where you get paid per view. It's more of a funding once you hit a certain cap. So it'd be great if they would actually implement something similar to a pay per view for Shorts, because not all of your shorts are going to take off on YouTube, right? So it'd be really nice for them to figure out a way where we could see that happen, where you get paid per the view instead of if you're in the millions, you get $20 or something like that for all the views you get. So it'd be nice.
Absolutely. As far as chat goes, thank you guys for all the insanity. Acing, Amber, Wrecked, North, close your wallet. Turf,
shut your mouth.
Thank you. And
you can't tell me what to
the
do.
thing with
Not my dad.
This is true. This is true.
It is a time when magic is more powerful than science.
So you're not my dad.
Okay.
Control destiny.
So here's the thing. To chat's point, thank you, Amber, for the 500 bits. Craziness. My choo-choo went off the tracks. All right, there it is. The thing with Google and having monopoly with YouTube, that won't happen so long as... Because Facebook is showing growth also. Mig, thank you for the bits. Okay, that's good. That's good. Wrecked.
Yes. Continue, chat. Break him. Break him. Break him.
All right, everybody, it's been great. I'll see you later. No. But all seriously, YouTube is showing growth for its live streams too. And
yes.
Facebook is. And the thing with both Facebook and YouTube is they have the 70-30 split as you get up there. With Twitch and that leak about the change for 70-30 for partners to 50, that's a substantial loss.
That's a huge loss. 20%.
It's actually more than that, because I've seen the math. I think both Devin Nash and I think Harris Heller did the math. It's more like 28% of money that the streamer loses, but it's a 20% less for the cut of the subs, but for what the streamer actually loses, it's like 28% off the top, which is insane.
Right. Yeah, because we're not really getting 50%. A lot of people don't realize that we're not really getting 50%. We're getting like 47, 46% of the revenue when people sub. So when people sub, it's about 46%, which is why it makes sense when they're saying 28%, because it'd be 24%. Anyways, the math makes sense. But like the the point that you're trying to make, you have 70% of the revenue you're making over on YouTube, where on Twitch you're now cutting it down to 50% overall, right? You want to show the numbers, so people are going to be that are your big time streamers are going to be like, hey, that's a ton of money. Because if you think about it, 20% from 50, like if you make $100 on Twitch, right? Let's say that you make $100 on Twitch, 20% of that's only 80. You're down to $80 instead of 100. But now you take that to a bigger percentage of money that you normally make. You make $10,000, and 20% of $10,000 is a freaking crap ton. So that's a lot of money that you're going to be missing out.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing is that the incentive to become partner kind of disappears if there's no difference.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
they're really, I mean, other than that 70-30 split, what else do you get? More emotes? Like that's not really incentive for anything. Because when you add in better TTV, you can put in all kinds of emotes there without having to even be an affiliate, for that matter.
I mean, even think about it this way. Right now, we're locked into, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, right now as an affiliate, you get what, 9? If you hit a certain area, it's your tier 1, right? And then you got the follower emotes, which isn't a lot. You're not getting a lot of emotes. You can go to BTTV right now, pay $6 a month as a content creator, and give your community 50 plus emotes for free.
Yeah. No, exactly. And the one nice thing, the only thing that came out of that leak that would be good is the exclusivity. Getting rid of that stupid exclusivity makes sense.
Right.
Because it makes no sense now when the other two leading platforms don't have it. Why bother?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to lock your exclusivity in for 24 hours for someone who is a content creator on multiple platforms. Because I mean, look at Dr. Disrespect. He's no longer on Twitch, right? He's over on YouTube now. He's over on YouTube now. But the dude isn't just on freaking YouTube. He's on Instagram. He's on TikTok. The guy is everywhere. Okay, and you're gonna lock that guy in to one platform for 24 hours? No wonder he signed over. I mean, he'd be dumb not to. Of course, you're going to lose some people, right, with the move, because not everyone's going to come over. But as far as like monetizing it, you got to live. You got to pay bills, right? Which is the part that a lot of people don't even realize is like, we all don't do this for money. We don't.
No.
But if you're making the money, you want to keep the money.
Yes.
Right.
If you're going to make some money, you want to be able to keep as much of it as you can.
Correct.
Right.
Because,
yes, Twitch needs money to operate, granted, but they're not really they don't get real money from subs anyway. Even that the 30 or the 50% that they take from affiliates isn't actually that much money when you add it all up. So that's why they're pushing for more ads. The problem with ads is that they have to implement it in a way that doesn't screw up the watching experience, which right now they're not doing that very well.
It sucks. I mean, YouTube does a fantastic way of implementing the ads where it doesn't screw up your experience. Sure, sometimes you have the the moment where it just takes your video away for a second or two, and then they show the ad. But they also have the ads that go right below the video that's playing, which is fantastic. It doesn't screw up the viewing experience, and you still get paid for that ad that's being showed as a creator. So it's like, those are different ways that you can get paid for ads, and it doesn't screw up the experience for those individuals to make you hate the channel that you're watching.
Oh, absolutely, wrecked. As soon as they get rid of that exclusivity, you will see every big creator multi-streaming. Every single one of them.
Absolutely. 100%. I mean, I would do it. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that Twitch locks you in as an affiliate, that you can't stream to multiple platforms, I would totally take out my affiliacy here on Twitch and just multi-stream from YouTube.
Yeah.
It just makes the most sense. It makes the most sense, because then now I have, people who love the Twitch platform, which I love myself, and then people who are over on YouTube can still watch me. So it's like, it makes the most sense to me. And then if you really want to interact and you really want to engage with the channel and the community and help it monetarily, you can go to the YouTube page and give a super chat or donate or do whatever the hell that you want, because the donation button is still live even if your affiliate isn't open on Twitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why most of us have those third-party sites like Ko-Fi or Patreon, is because, well, for starters, we get 95% of the money, but it also gives us tools that we can use that Twitch doesn't have, and even YouTube doesn't have, for connecting with our audiences outside of live, because you can integrate it with Discord, you can have forums and emails and all kinds of other things that you can augment your content with, and blogs, so you feel like, sharing your grandma's cookie recipe, you can throw it on there for your supporters on there, and they get a free recipe. That's not something you can do on Twitch or YouTube, unless you want to make a cooking video, which I would pay to see you in an apron cooking. That would be great. I'd pay cash money for that.
I mean, I'll go grab an apron right now, so how much we talking?
You gotta cook too, though.
oh no, that's not happening. But they probably, as far as the multi-stream is concerned, the multi-stream on multiple platforms is definitely something that I did when I first started, before I became an affiliate. I used to stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Then I had enough people on Twitch, so I took the affiliacy. But I hope one day that Twitch wakes up and not only helps out, with that clause, but helps out with visibility, right? They're taking out now. I mean, I'm sure we're talking about Twitch, and how Twitch is taking out that friends list that nobody takes a look at anyways. No, wrecked. No. They're taking out that friends of visibility thing, so people can't see who you're watching anymore. So like, how else are you gonna find other creators? Now you have to hit the browse tool to go find the people, or rely on the recommendation tool that Twitch does, and Twitch's recommendation tool isn't all the greatest. So it's like, it's just, it kind of worries me on the future and what they're trying to do. Like, and they're not very transparent either. I feel like YouTube is extremely transparent with what they're doing. They're like, hey, look, we know we suck, but it's going to take us a couple months to get there, and just stick with us, And Twitch is just like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna hide that viewership thing in the hype train, so now you guys can promote your streamer in the hype train, so the more money you get, the more visibility they get, so go ahead and give more money to the streamer, which in reality is giving more money to Twitch. So it's like, yeah, is it really helping? So it just feels kind of shady, for lack of a better word.
Well, you're absolutely right. And the other thing that Twitch is testing, very limited beta, is something similar to super chats on YouTube. But that's a very small group, and I have yet to encounter anybody who has it. But it's like, I want more details on that particular system if they implement it, and how much of a cut are they going to take out of that? Because it
I
seems like
mean-
everything is scaled so that Twitch gets money. Everything they implement, which I understand on one hand, yes, it's a business decision, but if you're continually screwing over your creators, you're killing your own business in the long run.
And that's, business. At the end of the day, it's a business, right? Either way, you're streaming, you're building a business, you're building a brand. Whether you're on YouTube, you're on Twitch, or you're on Facebook, or you're on TikTok, you're building yourself a brand. And building a brand is important. And what people have to realize is that, you can't put all of your eggs in one basket. Yeah, we're talking a little bit, we're bashing a little bit of Twitch, because Twitch has done really stupid things in the past couple of years. But the reality is that you can't just put all of your eggs in one basket. You got to diversify as a content creator. If this is something you want to do, you have to diversify yourself. You can't just stick all your eggs on Twitch and hope that you'll be seen. So it's like, you got to go out there and you got to go, do the legwork on Twitter, do the legwork on Instagram, do the legwork on TikTok, do the legwork on YouTube, and do a lot of the work, which a lot of people don't realize. And it sucks. Sometimes you hit your head against the freaking wall multiple times a day, and it really sucks when you get disheartening when you don't have people watching your content. But you gotta continue moving forward. You gotta continue believing in yourself and the content that you're making, and truly show that passion behind it. Because if you don't, you're just gonna hit a wall again, and it's gonna suffer. And it's gonna show when you're creating the content, right? And you have to be there mentally to make sure that you continue to move forward. And if it wasn't for the team and people like yourself, Angelus, I'd be still hitting against the wall right now, and I would be nowhere near YouTube partnership. But a lot of you guys had faith in the community, and I was fortunate enough to continue doing what I'm doing now. So I owe it to all of you guys.
Well, this is the thing that, with that YouTube video I recently put out about Twitch and what value Twitch still has, which, aside from the community, because the community on Twitch, for the most part, thank you, Acing, is the best part of Twitch. Yes, the viewer experience is good, sans ads, because the ads are trash usually and they interfere with everything. But the thing with diversifying your content, and why I wonder about the value of Twitch, is that if you're putting content on YouTube anyway, then you might as well stream on YouTube. Right? Because YouTube ultimately has all the avenues of content that you could want. Because it's got the evergreen videos, it's got the shorts, it's got the live streams, it's got saving of the VODs, permanently saving your VODs. You don't even have to have them displayed. You can private them later, and you can chop from them as you need. But everything's in one place. Facebook, I'm not sure about Facebook with how they retain old videos. I'm sure you have your old videos, but they don't have that evergreen content that YouTube does, but you still have live streaming. Myself, I started on, I've been kicking around Twitch for 13 years. But mostly as a viewer. I just tried to stream occasionally. But when I started doing it seriously, I was the idiot who started on Mixer. And, we all know how that went. YouTube partner is basically the same as Twitch partner, Danny. It's just
Twitch partner, not Twitch.
Not affiliate.
No. YouTube partner. So a lot of people don't know what YouTube partner means. YouTube partner is the same as Twitch partner. It's just, in my opinion, it's harder to get and harder to obtain due to the fact that Twitch partnership, you have to have 4,000 watch hours on a rolling 12-month period. Meaning, let's say you have a video that comes out this month that really blows up, it goes viral, you're like, yeah, oh my gosh, that got thousands of views, and you gain about, let's say, 1,000 watch hours from that. But then your videos after that don't do as well, and 12 months come and go, that 1,000 hours falls off. So then you have to climb back up to get to that 1,000 hours again. So it's not essentially a cumulative 12-month period. With the followers, though, it's different. Followers is you can have 1,000 followers whenever you want, but the watch hours is the hardest part. It's the same thing as like the 75-hour average or the 75 viewer average on Twitch. But I think it's a lot harder to obtain just because you can't just put up any video and be like, yeah, everybody's going to go watch my video now and I'm going to obtain my hours, because it doesn't work that way.
Well, that's when you're supposed to make a master playlist of all your videos and then tell your friends to put it on repeat for a week. That's the YouTube hack the kids talk about. But yeah,
that
no,
doesn't work.
I started on Mixer, and I started on Mixer. I started getting traction, and then it closed. And that's what brought me to Twitch, and the rest is history.
And that's understandable, with the ad, it's like what Rect is saying, right? Rect is saying, YouTube partner is much better solely based on ad revenue. Ad revenue is a huge benefit to Twitch partner. I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, it's not. It is definitely a huge benefit, especially if you already have a regular core base to continue to watch your YouTube videos. You'll make money off of it, right? But if you're just kind of one of those individuals that solely just put a video out there and there's not that many viewers, you're not going to get as much benefit as those individuals that are trying to build a core community and trying to grow with the community. So it's important that you continue to reach out to your community, not just by posting videos, but there are certain other aspects of YouTube that you can continue putting out there. So like there's the community tab that a lot of people don't take advantage of. So there, you can continue outreaching that way. You can continue outreaching through different outlets on YouTube. There's just so many different ways and outlets that you can do on YouTube to continue to expand your brand and your community and build that core community on YouTube. So, it's gotta continue to just go out there. You can't, it's the same thing happens when you're a Twitch partner. You can't just be like, okay, I made it to Twitch partner, and then, that's it. You got to continue to work for it. You got to continue to move forward. You got to continue putting content out there. You got to continue pushing yourself to make that content that you're making for whatever reason that you're doing it on Twitch or on YouTube. And a lot of people put VODs that they have on Twitch over to YouTube. Sure, some of them might take off, but if you're just literally copying your content over to YouTube, it's not going to work. If you're not putting in my polls on YouTube, polls get a lot of interaction. We'll get to that in a second. You're gonna make me get off topic, right? Hold on. It's like there's a lot of different interactions, different ways that you have to continue yourself on YouTube. There are thumbnails that you have to make. You have to make the titles. You have to make a good description. You got to make a good video edit and a good hook. I look back at the first videos that I ever started making on YouTube, and they're cringe to me now. Back then, I thought they were great. I was like, wow, this is a great video. I look back at it now, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Like,
yep.
You learn big time.
Yeah, no, I looked at our original podcast from 6 years ago now. No cameras, just a static image and a couple of dudes talking about stuff, and it's oof, buddy. I kept them. They're private, so that I can torture myself with them and nobody else, because I need that reminder of how far I've come since then. Yeah. Because, but the thing, like, VODs can get some play, but you need to have original content to keep people coming back. Yes. Because people aren't going to watch your 6 hour long VOD for 6 hours.
No, they won't. I'm surprised people even do that on Twitch. I'm going to be honest. The fact that we have people that watch multiple content creators for more than an hour is outstanding to me. That is hard. Could you imagine? Think of it this way. The average Twitch person who streams about 2 to 3 hours per stream. That is a full-length movie. All right. Think of the extended version of Lord of the Rings. That's a 3.5 hour movie. You're watching that on a daily, 5 times a week.
Yep.
That's nuts, right? You know, that is absolutely nuts. And the fact that there are people that do that, hats off to you. You know, that
Absolutely.
is a lot of time. A lot of time.
I question your
can't
sanity,
do it.
but
I can't.
but we appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
We think you're nuts, but we love you anyway.
100%. The fact that you do that for, you know, multiple and think about it this way, right? There are people that stream multiple times throughout the day, right?
Yep.
There are people that'll stream in the morning and then again in the afternoon. That is nuts. Okay? That is nuts to me. I can barely make my 3 hour. At the end of the 3 hours, I'm physically exhausted. All right? I'm just emotionally drained because in the mornings I'm working on editing videos on YouTube and planning out the rest of the month and making sure that, you know, I stay on track and I do original content and I make my thumbnails and look out for look for titles and do my research on YouTube and do my research on TikTok and, you know, catching up with people on Twitter, catching up on people with you know, comments and concerns on TikTok, which, you know, thankfully has been a lot. I'm not complaining, it's great. But it's been a lot of comments and stuff, and, you know, and then comments on YouTube and comments here and comments there, and we're talking to the community on the Discord and we're talking and hanging out in the Discord, and that's a full day, man. By the time midnight comes around, which is when I normally go to sleep, I'm exhausted. I hit that bed so hard and I'm just like, you know, it's great.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. Like I'm doing YouTube video edits and TikTok stuff in the morning, you know, then I have time with the kids and do other things, do some contract work. And then I go to stream it in the evening and then I'm done. I've done 2 streams in one day once. And that was only because I took a nap in between them. Because I'm old. I can't produce that kind of energy.
Stop calling me out. All right. Don't call me out there. Majin, the extended versions of Lord of the Rings are probably closer to 5 hours, but you know what I mean. All right. You know, how many people can do 12 and 20? Yeah, Smokey. Yeah. I remember when I first started streaming here live on Twitch, and that was, I would stream 6, 7, 8 hours on occasion per day. And it was like a full-time job. All right. I mean, not saying that it's not a full-time job now, but it was like literally streaming is all I did. It was just stream. I would wake up, go to sleep, and go to bed, and then wake up again and stream again. It was just 8 hours. And I remember doing my first 24-hour thing, and I was good. I was like, yeah, this is great. 2 years later, you can't catch me doing 24 hours. I split it up now. I'm like, no, no. It's rough. And it's not only rough for the streamer, it's rough for the modders, okay? The people who mod, like, you guys are the backbone besides our lurkers, okay? And hats off to all the modders out there. People who mod are amazing, and we appreciate you as content creators because you guys are the real heroes. Without you guys, we couldn't do anything. But let me tell you something. 24 hours suck.
Yes.
It's hard.
I did 24 hours once, and that was a few years ago, and that was for Extra Life. I did it once, and I'm just like, never again. The longest one I've done recently was 15 hours, and that was for charity in the middle of the night, the wee hours, and that my limit is now 12 hours. And that's rare.
Yeah,
that's going to be very rare.
12 hours is doable for me. I think 12 hours is a good stopping point for me. I can't do more than 12 hours.
Yeah.
I can't. If I am going to do 24 hours, I'm going to tell you guys there's a rain check and we're going to continue it the next day because I can't anymore. I really can't. I love and I have major respect for those who do that. I'm not talking trash for those who do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But honestly speaking, to people who do 24 hours, y'all are on a different level. And can you pass whatever it is that you're snorting? Because I don't know how y'all do it. I don't.
I mean, if you want me to be live for 24 hours, 12 hours of those are going to be me sleeping in my chair. That's it. Like, you can watch me sleep, sure, but that's what it will be. It will be 12 hours of me sleeping after 12 hours of me streaming. That's just, it's non-negotiable.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense, you know? It doesn't make sense. How do you... I mean, I get it. You're playing 12 hours on a video game. Sometimes, you know, as kids, you can totally play 15 hours and just be like oblivious to the world. But as an adult, playing 12 hours is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. You know, and those are people that may have families. And if they have families, they have a phenomenal backing system. Because I can tell you one thing. You know, my family supports me, but not for 24 hours all the time. All right, they'll do it once, maybe every blue moon, but they'll be. I would be hearing all of the squeaking all day if I was doing 24 hours. I can't do that.
No, exactly. 12 hours isn't bad, Danny. Like 12 hours, I can do with proper prep time, and that's, you know, also because the kids are older, so. They're less policing required. I just got to make sure they don't burn down the house. But, you know, but 24 hours, I can't justify it. I can't be interesting. I have trouble being interesting for 4 fucking hours, let alone 24. Like, you're asking a lot. And like, outside of all the adulting and all the other responsibilities and things about life, like, I just can't maintain being interesting for that long. At one point, I'll just run out of energy and I'll just be staring at the camera, kind of drooling a little bit, and that would be the whole show.
Yeah. You know, if you guys have questions too, this is an open format from what I understand, so feel free to ask questions away.
So, where do you see what are your plans now for YouTube? Like specifically for YouTube, are you going to be streaming regularly, or are you going to be just doing video content?
So, as I mentioned before, I've been focused mostly recently with video content since I've been focusing on Twitch partnership. That's our next goal. But we will be going back to YouTube partnership actually this Thursday coming up, which is the 5th, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow's the 3rd, 4th, 5th. Yeah, 5th. The 5th of May, we're going back live on YouTube where we will continue our run of Horizon Forbidden West. So we left it off halfway through the game, but we're going to continue doing that. And then after we finish Horizon Forbidden West, we're actually going to get into a really interesting video game, in my opinion, which is God of War. So God of War Ragnarok is coming out this year, and we're gonna actually play God of War, the newest version of the PlayStation, which takes off after God of War 3, if I believe. God of War 3. And it's going to be interesting because we're going to be talking a little bit about lore, what's going to happen, what is Thor, where is Thor coming from, and I love all of that stuff. I love the RPG aspects to God of War. I love what they did to the new one. I think the new one is a fantastic addition to God of War, and I love the direction that they're going. I think it's going to be a phenomenal release. You know, I believe it's the same director as the last God of War, so I'm excited for that. We're going to be talking a lot about lore. We're going to talk about game design because I do come from a game design background, so it's going to be interesting to see where we go with this. With this new series of God of War. I believe they have one more planned after this one if this one goes well. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction they take. If Odin's going to even play a part of it, is he going to be the big bad, just like how Zeus was with the last, lore mythology? Is he going to be the big bad for this series, or is Thor the big bad and you just see him, towards the end of the second game? Who knows? So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'd be really, really intrigued to find out where the series is going, and what we're going to be doing. So we do try to do our best to differentiate our content from Twitch to YouTube. So you might see a little bit of crossover, but for the most part, it's always something completely different than what we're doing on Twitch.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, because you jump back and forth. Your viewers are going to want that continuity. So if you're going to play one game, you should keep it on one platform. My next question then would be, how, aside from interest, because that's obviously a main factor, but how do you go about picking the games that you're going to stream? Do you have a system for that?
I do have a system for that, actually. So I have my love and my passion's always been in role-playing games, RPGs. So I've grown up on role-playing games since I was a little kid. I grew up with like Zelda. I grew up with Kingdom Hearts. I grew up with Dragon Age. I grew up with Skyrim. I grew up with all these RPGs. Dark Alliance. What's it called? Baldur's Gate. All these different RPGs. And they've always been a passion of mine. So I try to stick to that genre, but in a way where I can give it a new twist. So I started planning Horizon Zero Dawn back in December of last year. I wanted to start putting out content and doing a lot of research on YouTube with that content in regards to Horizon Zero Dawn. And I wanted to see what has been done, because I didn't want to regurgitate what other people were saying. I wanted to give it my own spin, coming from a game design background. I wanted to show my passion, why I really love these games, and Horizon Zero Dawn was a first playthrough for me. Never played Horizon Zero Dawn before. So I wanted people to experience my love and passion for that game, but also give it a more technical backing to that game. So more of like, okay, when you jump, look at what happens. When you do this, look at what happens. When you look at the physics of the game, this is supposed to happen. When you look at the water of the game, this is supposed to happen. Listen to the sounds, because people are like, oh, look, this is pretty, or that was a cool move, and watch me run across the screen and shoot this dinosaur with a bow and arrow. And my gameplay is more focused on the story element of the game, along with my passion of the game design itself. So I'll be even mentioning it throughout my entire YouTube videos, where I'm like, do you guys listen to that? Can you hear that? Do you hear the ominous sounds, which is like the crunching of the grass when you're walking, the wind blowing in your ears, the music that is playing with the same ambiance that's going to happen with this really serious cutscene? Look at the eyes, when they're looking at another character. Look at the expressions on their faces. Look at how the character's moving and how well it looks, because a lot of people don't realize how the little details like that make the game even better, right? So if you compare that to our games from the PlayStation games, where they're all polygon, right? And then you go to a game that is a AAA title, like that was technically speaking a indie title like Horizon Zero Dawn, and you start talking about the things that really excite you, it gives the audience something new to experience with a game that they've probably played before, but can experience that with you throughout your entire gameplay. So, that's something that I've tried my hardest to really convey when I play, not only on YouTube, but also on Twitch, because I want people to understand my passion behind the RPGs. And it's not just a phase where it's like, okay, well, the new game's coming out, this is why he's playing Horizon, right? It's not. It's the reason why I'm playing this is because I love RPGs. And yes, we're preparing for Horizon Forbidden West, which came out in February, but we're playing a system in a game and a type of game that I enjoy and that I can share that passion with the world. Does that make sense?
It does.
So that's more of my reasoning behind it. And of course, I went to school for game design, so like I put all of my spin on, the thumbnails and the video editing and the passion and the talk behind it. That's really what helps fuel that fire to continue producing the content that I do. It's not just a matter of like, well, let me play this game and show the world that I can play this game, because everybody and their mom is going to do that.
Yeah.
What's the difference between me and Angelus playing Horizon Zero Dawn? Well, Angelus is going to tell you, the industry background and why the industry is amazing. You come to my channel, I'm going to talk about the actual gameplay and the sounds of the game and the design of the game and how the animals react to your AI and so on and so forth. And those are the differences. We're playing the same game, but they're two different experiences, and that's what I try to offer.
Well, that's the thing. Anybody can sit down and just play a game.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see his. But you have to find points that you can anchor yourself in with your content that makes you stand out. Whether it's talking about game history, game lore, game mechanics, or just being stupidly good at a game, because even that's a skill. And that's something that I think a lot of, especially newer streamers, don't quite get introduced to. Is people always say, make your own content and make content that's built on your strengths, but nobody really explains what that means. And it basically means play games and anchor your experiences in what you know. And talk about the things you know, whether it's in context of the game or other things while you're playing the game. But that's where the originality comes from. We're all playing games, but we're all talking about different things while we're playing the games. And that's what makes us stand out.
Exactly. And I agree with you. I don't feel like a lot of it is talked about when you first start streaming, when you first pick up the camera. So when you first pick up the camera, right, you're just like, hey, go ahead and make your own content, right? And you're just like, okay, sure. What the hell does that mean? You're like, what the hell does that mean? Build your own content. I mean, what's up, Tier? When you have Tier and you have me and you have Angelus, who all love RPGs, by the way, okay, and we all play Final Fantasy, why would you go to Tier's channel versus my channel versus Angelus' channel? And the answer is, we all give a spin to what we love in a different way. Tier has a horny channel. Go to his channel. You're gonna get amazing content because he's a very intelligent person, okay, and extremely awesome, well down to earth person, and you're gonna love his community. And of course, he's the person that you go for with consent. You go to my channel, you're gonna get a completely different experience, and that's okay, because you know what, I'm not looking at the same type of audience that Tier is. My channel is going to be all about the technical aspects of the RPG. Why is this amazing? Listen to the sounds, listen to the music, listen to the lore, listen to the story. That's my channel. You go to Angelus and he's going to talk about the industry background and how they made this game, and probably talk a little bit more about the technical aspect of it as well. So you're going to get a little bit of everything on Angelus' channel. So it's like, we all have to come up with original content, and it's not just about picking up a controller and saying, come guys and watch me play a game. Why? That's not content creation, right? Content creation is not about picking up a controller and saying, hey, come watch me play. No, it's not. Right? It's not about going to different people's channels, right? And talking to people in their channels to get your name out there. That's not what content creation is about, right? Content creation is creating content, okay? Creating content in the things that you love and enjoy, and sharing that with your community. 169.
Exactly.
Damn, you're fine.
Oh, thank you, Asing. Thank you, Tier. Welcome in,
is
SD.
Is it that time again already? No, not yet. Not yet.
No. Settle. Calm your tits. All right.
It's not
Well,
the time yet, chat. We got a couple minutes.
behave. Jeez. All
Never,
right.
never.
Well, so what about TikTok? What are your plans for TikTok?
TikTok. So for my plans for TikTok is similar to the YouTube one, to really showcase my love for the game and the story. So what I've noticed with TikTok is that TikTok has its own corners. Okay. See, Rect knew exactly what I was talking about. That's why we were friends, Rect. 169. Damn, you're fine. Anyways, when you're when you're on TikTok has its own corners, in my opinion. TikTok has its corner for people who have ADHD, has its own corner for people who are doing the weird stuff. It's got their sexy corner, it's got its horny corner, it's got its gaming corner, it's got all different types of corners. Okay. It's got its different types of corners on TikTok, and you have to find what corner that you're targeting. You can't just be like, I'm gonna make a video just because I think it's gonna get views, because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. It's the same thing with YouTube. You can't just make a video because you feel like it. What people have to understand is that, and I just realized this myself with TikTok, is TikTok has an audience. YouTube has an audience. You're not there to, hope that someone watches your video just because you post a video. You have to find the audience. You have to understand the audience that you're targeting. You have to do more research on that audience. You have to think about, if you're targeting an audience that's between the ages of 25 and 35, what is that age group normally doing at this particular time? Normally, you're going to have someone who within the 25-35 age range working, probably between the hours of 8 to 5. They're gonna be watching TikTok for XYZ reasons. They're gonna be on there for a little bit, between 15 to 25 seconds, because they're always working. They probably have a kid, a mortgage, and a bunch of other stuff. And you start naming off all of your audience and what they do, and then you start naming off what exactly is it that you're targeting with that audience. So are you targeting, a person with who loves Horizon Zero Dawn content? Yes. So then you got to write that down. Loves Horizon Zero Dawn content. Okay. So what type of video am I making? I am targeting story. So if you're targeting, if you're just putting a video out there, just doing gameplay, but you're targeting somebody who loves story, you're going to not reach the story content. You're going to get the wrong crowd. You're going to get the wrong audience. And then your community is going to be completely off. So you have to stick to the same type of content, not only on TikTok, but also on YouTube, so that it can gain more traction. And this is something that I had to learn the hard way with TikTok. I just didn't understand it. And just recently, I've understood it a little bit more, and I'm doing a lot better on TikTok. And we've had pretty explosive growth since then, since targeting and understanding my audience. I've had to move my posting times to a later in the evening time to really understand what my audience is looking for, so that I can make sure that the audience is gaining what I'm looking for, if that makes sense.
That absolutely does make sense. Now I'm gonna bonk chat if this will work. It might not work. Oh, maybe it doesn't work. Oh, that's fantastic. I forgot I removed that. Well, that's fine. You guys settle down with your titties and your balls. Okay?
No, and you go skeet.
Wrong
skeet,
channel.
Skeet.
I forgot I had that disengaged. That's fine.
This.
So how many times do you post on TikTok a day?
On TikTok right now, it's 2 times a day. I post one in the afternoon, or one in the morning, one in the afternoon. That's what I've been doing. I've been kind of playing around with the time. Normally, the time that my follower, according to the analytics on TikTok, and that's another thing, along with YouTube, look at your analytics. Understand your audience that's actually watching your content. Look at it. Understand the audience. If you see that your audience isn't active at 8 until 8 p.m., don't post at 9 in the morning. You're not going to see anybody. Exactly. No one's going to watch your content. Post it at the particular time that your audience is mostly active. My audience currently is active between 2 and 8 p.m. on TikTok. So what am I going to do? I'm going to post at 1 in the afternoon so that it gets time for it to be posted by 2 in the afternoon. Because, then your audience starts watching it. And then by 8 p.m., you're maxing out on what your viewership is. And hopefully if it starts going viral, it can continue viewing, right? And it'll roll into the next day. So it's a matter of making sure that you can stay consistent with all of your times and that your audience understands when you're posting, because if not, again, you're going to lose out on your audience.
Well, exactly. For myself, it's usually it's 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And with TikTok itself, I'm doing most of my stuff lately has either been my short thoughts or a lot of stitches and duets, because I find, well, that's it. I get a good laugh out of them and people seem to enjoy them. And I will take an hour and I will just make a whole bunch of TikToks, put them in the drafts, and then I will shoot them out, 3 times a day. And I usually, with an hour of work, I usually get about 3 days worth of TikToks that are ready to go.
Here's something that a lot of people don't know about, and I'm gonna actually give credit where credit is due. Rect Wizard, who's in the chat right now, told me about scheduling your videos on TikTok that a lot of people might not know about. If you change your TikTok account profile to business, you can schedule out your TikToks. So you can schedule out your TikToks so you don't have to worry about actually posting them at a particular time period and having to set an alarm to post your videos. You can schedule out your videos and then work smarter, not harder. And that way you can set out up to 10 days worth of TikToks and not have to worry about it.
Which you can do the same thing on Twitter too.
Yeah, same thing with Twitter.
Which that's where I wanted to go next was, what about Twitter and Instagram? Like, I hate to call them this, but they're more traditional social media.
Talk about Twitter or Instagram. I am horrible with Twitter. I'm not gonna sit here and try to fluff it up like I'm the best at Twitter. I am absolutely dog trash on Twitter. Twitter really requires you to be super active and talk, and not just say thank you or congrats or hello or so on and so forth. I am absolutely trash at Twitter. I try to do my best to do better, but that is a social media account that I need to work on. Right now, I'm in the testing phases with Instagram, trying to figure out how to branch out better on Instagram. I know Reels do a really good job, but it's been hit or miss with my Reels, and I'm still trying to understand the way to post on Instagram. So it's been kind of like been a little difficult of a ride on Instagram, but these are 2 social media accounts that I need to work on and know that those are something that I'm going to be targeting within the next couple of months in regards to improving upon. Because if you don't improve upon it, then what are you doing with your life? You gotta use multiple outlets, as we mentioned before, to grow and expand on your brand, and not just rely on spending countless hours in an application talking to different friends and channels because you think that is the way to grow within a particular brand or channel. And what about the other social media accounts? And your mindset's got to be that you can't put all of your eggs in one basket. That has got to be your mindset. If you want to continue to expand and you want to continue to grow, you got to work on yourself first and foremost. And then you got to work on how to expand and grow your knowledge in these different social media accounts. And how do you market yourself in these social different media accounts? Because if not, you're just limiting yourself to one particular aspect when you could be marketing yourself everywhere else.
Yeah. And even though the audiences are going to be different, because you're going to have different audiences on every platform, You'll have
Absolutely,
some,
100%.
there's absolutely some crossover, especially with your friends and things like that. But when you start reaching out to new people, they're going to be completely different. Different audiences that you will find on TikTok or Twitter, or it doesn't matter where. TikTok, or not TikTok, but Twitter itself. Twitter is where I live. It's like I'm one of those weird content creators where I came from Twitter. That's where I built first because of game journalism and my game industry background and all that stuff. So I have an established Twitter, so now I'm establishing Twitch and YouTube and all those other things. So Twitter I understand better than any other platform.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with Twitter is that, and this is what most content creators get wrong, is people keep repeatedly putting out the same kind of positive messages and motivational one-liners, and we've all seen it, we all know it, or that's all go live and YouTube videos and it's all links.
Mm-hmm.
With Twitter, it's about engagement and it's about personality. That's the only way you're going to grow. You're not going to grow by just throwing links out there. There's nothing wrong with sharing links, whether it's links to your stuff or links to news articles or game, whatever it happens to be, whatever within your interests. But with Twitter, it's about your personality and the very different sides of it, because you can put anything out there and you will get a response. Thank you for the follow.
Not my Twitter.
Well, it depends on what you're putting out there, right? Like if you, like with people, you can post just about anything on Twitter, and there is a audience for it. There's lots of spicy kids on there. Who's your favorite streamer? Drop their link so I can. Exactly, Danny. I don't want to offend anyone,
That
but
drives me up the wall.
exactly, I cannot stand those tweets because those are just for engagement farming, and that's all they are to it. That's the person who tweets that out isn't going to look at all those links. They never
No
will.
way. No
They
way.
just want that engagement, and they just want people to post so that it raises the visibility of their Twitter account.
And I you know, to piggyback on that, I get very humbled when people name me and at me when they're like, who is a streamer that you want me to go take a look at? And when they tag me in it, I feel very humbled. But honestly, like, I don't I don't ever see the person that ever posts that in my channel, because I promise you they would not be there. They have thousands of other people doing the same exact thing. So it's like, I don't see how that is useful at all without just saying it's engagement, right? Just trying to engage farm and try to get more people to like your post so that the algorithm picks you up a little bit better. Same thing goes for like the feel good post. Yeah, I do it myself. Yeah, but I don't do it as often. I do it whenever I feel like it's genuine coming from me. Like, this is something that's coming from my brain, which is something I try to do a little bit more often with Twitter. I think personally I overthink Twitter. That's my personal problem, is I think I overthink Twitter too much, and I should just post whatever the heck is on my brain.
Yes.
But like 90% of the time, I'm just like, I don't think this is gonna be good, and I always end up deleting all my drafts because I'm just like, that's not gonna really do any good, But I don't get it.
Yeah, Twitter, post whatever you're thinking, but keep your hashtags down to 3 or less.
I am not at all a Twitter expert. I will take your word for it, because I just suck at it.
Thank you for the host, Kira. Welcome in, Kira, Haley, everybody else who's joining us.
I'm Batman.
Instagram, honestly, apparently the more hashtags you use on Instagram, the better. That's the only platform that likes hashtags. But it depends. Like, the problem is finding the right hashtags, which is the same thing with TikTok. Finding the right hashtags.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. TikTok, what I found, again, I just feel like TikTok, I just recently started understanding, right? with TikTok, you have to find that corner. You have to find that corner that uses understand the corner that you're trying to convey your message to. So if there is a particular corner of TikTok that you're trying to get to, find out what hashtags are used the most in that particular corner. So if you're like trying to do motivational videos, look at the motivational hashtags that are used in all of the videos that do well and write that hashtag down. And then, go to your other, it's a lot of research, honestly. Like a lot of the YouTube and a lot of TikTok is going and researching what is currently trending, right? I don't want to say viral because virals are, they're short spans, but trending videos last longer. So you want to look at the videos that are trending and write those hashtags down, and then find out which ones don't work and play with those hashtags and take one hashtag out and see if that hashtag gains more views or less views than the last one. These are things that you got to do. And Instagram and Twitter are just foreign to me right now. And I think it's more of like, more of just the time that I haven't put into them. And I feel like since I've put in a lot of work into TikTok recently, it's been providing providing a lot more fruit. Whereas Twitter, I don't really put a lot of energy into Twitter, and I don't really put a lot of energy into Instagram. So it's not really producing for me, right? I'm also trying not to spread myself too thin because TikTok alone and YouTube alone and Twitch are a lot to handle. And on top of that, you want to add a fourth one, which is Twitter, and then Instagram. So it is a lot,
Absolutely, Danny. When I make partner, you're all coming with me. I don't know where the fuck we're going, but we're all going together.
We're all going to Orlando, just like, when the people win the Super Bowl, we're all going to Disney World. Y'all going to Disney World. That's where you're coming.
Perfect. We're going to Canada's Wonderland.
Yes. Where's that?
That's in Ontario.
Okay. That's where we're going.
You are Acing. You asked first, so you get to pay for it.
Follow for follow. Oh my gosh, that's another thing that drives me up the wall. You find that all over Instagram, which is crazy. All these bots just come out of nowhere. If you get the right hashtag, a ton of bots are gonna follow you, and they're gonna say, support for support, or follow for follow, or drop your link at blah 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 link. Oh, that drives me nuts.
Oh, I know. And like that culture is in TikTok. You see it all the time with, follow me and I'll follow you back. Yeah, or all those, hit the plus, hit the like, do all the things. And
I mean, the plus doesn't bother me as much because it's the same thing on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
But it's whenever it's followed with hit the plus and I'll plus you back. As soon as you hear that.
I've never seen those videos, thank goodness.
I've seen a few and they're pretty horrible. But like, it's one of those weird. Anytime there's a new platform, everybody tries to do that to grow following, but it doesn't get anywhere because empty follow. Here's the thing that I will say. This is the one thing that a lot of people don't quite understand. Everybody says on Twitch that followers don't matter. It's true to a point.
Yeah.
To a point, for hobbyists, it's true.
Yes.
For people who are seriously trying to grow and eventually make it a career, your following count means a lot. Because when you get to partnership or wherever you get, and you start wanting to work with game companies, with publishers and developers for game copies, they look at your follower numbers.
Yes, they do.
Because that dictates your reach. It's not just your CCV. It's also how far your reach could grow. Same with YouTube. The more subscribers you have, the more likely you are to get somewhere with publishers because that's your reach. If you have 1,000 subscribers, you're just starting to grow, but that's still 1,000 people who could then share your videos, which will expand your reach and grow and show the game off to more people. But when you've got 40,000 subscribers, that's a hell of a reach.
Yeah, 100%. And it's because what people don't realize that, especially on YouTube, is when you hit that subscribe button, a lot of people forget to hit that bell notification, but the people like publishers who actually look at your numbers and do care and give a shit about it, they're the ones that really determine whether or not you get a copy of the next Elden Ring or the copy of the next the God of War game. And if you have 1,000 subscribers compared to someone else who's got 40,000 subscribers, guess what? The guy who has 40,000 subscribers is definitely going to get the key, and you're going to probably not. So it's weird that way. And it's just you gotta do what you can, and you gotta continue to grow where you can. And you gotta do what you gotta do, because I mean, think about it this way, especially on YouTube, when you're like, hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, it helps out the channel. It really does, because at the end of the day, you think about the ad revenue that you're getting from YouTube, but you're not just thinking about ad revenue as a content creator, especially who does some like myself, who does this full time. What the hell? Who does this full time? I can't speak. Who does for this full time? It's we look at numbers like that. We look at analytics, because eventually when we want to look for the reach, and we want to expand and help our communities out, right? Because I'm always a community person. I think about my community the most, and I think about, how can I give back to the community? If I want to give a free game or give my community first access, you know how cool that would be? First access to the next Horizon Zero Dawn game. Be one of the few communities out there that has the access before anybody else does, and share it with the community. How cool would that be? To be like, hey guys, we just dropped 3 new videos because I got early access. Can't show you guys yet, but once we have permission to show you guys are going to have the first 3 videos of this brand new game.
Yep.
That'd be
absolutely
great.
I've done that last year with some of the Ubisoft stuff. That sorry, we have no desks to give, Majin. You're in the wrong stream. You need to go find that donut guy. That deadbeat donut.
What's up, Danny? Welcome in.
But that's the thing, is like, when you get these games, you get early access, it comes with rules and you have to follow those. But to be considered, you have to have provable content and a provable size of community. And, and having a presence in multiple places definitely helps with that also. Because they know that your content is going to go other places. It's not going to be kept in one little pond, which, even when you think about the numbers of Twitch, compared to YouTube, Twitch is a pond.
Yep.
Even compared to Facebook, Twitch is a pond.
Very, very much. I mean, think what people don't realize is, think about this, right? If for those who are in chat right now, I want you to put the thinking caps on, right? Put your thinking caps on. Twitch at any given moment throughout the day has millions of viewers and subscribers on the platform. Millions. Okay, which seems like a lot, and it is. But compare it to a super giant like YouTube, who has billions of people. It is a drop in the bucket.
Yep.
Right? So going and saying, I mean, and even think about it this way. Let's talk about, because we're on Twitch again. We're not trying to bash Twitch. We're just saying comparison, right? So the comparison between Twitch and YouTube. If you go out right now to a normal Joe Schmo on the street and you tell him, hey, Mr. Joe, guess what? I'm a Twitch partner. They're going to look at you with this funny ass face and go, what the hell's going on? What is a Twitch partner? And then you have to explain yourself. But if you go out to the normal Joe Schmo on the street and you tell them, hey, guess what? I have a YouTube channel. I'm a YouTube partner. They're going to be like, oh, shit. Wow. Yep. What type of videos do you use? I mean, I was literally in the car the other day with someone else. Okay. With someone else in the car, and I was like, they asked me, hey, what do you do? And I was like, yeah, I'm a YouTube partner, and I also stream over on Twitch. And they're like, what the hell is Twitch? And they knew exactly what the YouTube was, and they looked up the YouTube channel and subscribed right there and then, which I thought was a pretty cool thing. But like, no one knew what Twitch is, so the outreach isn't the same, right? The same thing as TikTok. TikTok, in my opinion, has more popularity than it does on Twitch. Twitch, like, You can tell someone, hey, I'm a TikTok person. They're going to know exactly what you're talking about because it's viral.
Yep.
It's on the news. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows what a TikTok is. You tell them, hey, I'm on Twitch. Someone's going to look at you weird. You know, it's just the real world, unfortunately.
No, exactly. I mentioned that I streamed on Twitch to my chiropractor, and she actually knew what it was, but her assistant was like, oh, is that like a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
It's because, you know,
It's
they're just going to call you a nerd and yell for help. I mean, you're not wrong, Danny. It depends on where you are, okay? But, you know, that's one of the things is that, yeah, and yes, you're right. We're not trying to specifically bash Twitch. I mean, if I wanted to bash Twitch, I could do it all day because there are issues to be had. But we're obviously on Twitch because we love Twitch and the Twitch community. Are there problems? Yes. We should be able to discuss them. Nobody's going to listen to us, but we should be able to discuss this. Nobody at Twitch cares what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we're still got to talk about them because the community at large needs to talk about these things. These discussions need to happen because we're all creators trying to do a thing, and if we keep losing the tools to succeed, we're going to leave. And if Twitch doesn't get that message, then they're going to be standing there one day going, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all moved over to YouTube for that 70-30 split.
Yeah. 70-30 split. I mean, think about this. All right, now let's pretend that we're all content creators in the chat, right? I know not a lot of you are, and a lot of you aren't, but let's pretend that we are content creators, right? We're all content creators, and if someone said, "Here's $1 for every person that walks through that door, but I'm only gonna give you 50 cents," right? And then another person says, "Hey, don't go over there. I'm gonna give you 70 cents for every $1." Where are you gonna go?
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're not even talking about content creation. We're just talking about normal Joe Schmo. You're gonna get 70 cents. You're gonna go to the 70s. I mean, even think about the workspace, right? If you work for McDonald's, right? And this is not a bash on McDonald's workers because I was a McDonald's workers, right? But if you worked at McDonald's and the one McDonald's A offered you $9 an hour, and McDonald's B gave you $10 an hour, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to McDonald's B because McDonald's B is giving you more money. It's the same thing, you know. It's just facts. It's the facts of life. You're gonna go where you think you can go more, right? Strip clubs are better. Jesus.
I mean, if you're gonna promote yourself, you do it at a strip club. You buy it. You talk to the owner. You tell the owner, "Hey, can I throw my my Twitch address up on the clothes that your strippers are going to take off and throw into the crowd? That way people can, you know, what's this link?" And go look, and there you go. You got some promotion. I mean, you get promotion and titties. I mean, you can't go wrong. But
I mean, to base off of Majin's comment, right? It depends on you doing it for money to the community. If you're doing content creation, you're not doing it for the money. No. You're not doing it for the money. You're doing it for the community because you love what you're doing. In my opinion, other people do it for the money and they think they're going to be the next Ninja or the next, Mr. Beast or the next, God knows what. Sure, there is opportunity where you can gain a lot of money. I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, there's no way you make a lot of money. No, there is a lot of money to be made. But you're not doing this for the money. You're doing this for the love of what you do and the community that you have. You know,
if you're just doing it for the money, people will know.
Yeah, 100%. And it's very noticeable, right? I love content creation. I went to school for game design. I've said this multiple times. And I love what I do, right? I get excited over it's not just playing video games. I get excited to share experiences, to share my passion of what I do with all of you, right? I get excited playing Mario Kart, y'all. Mario Kart is the simplest game there is out there. I get excited, I yell and I scream and I get passionate about the game, right? But I also talking about the levels, right? Like the Paris level, the new Paris level, which is not a real new Paris level, but it's a remake of the old levels from the other games. And this is what I talk about while we're streaming. And people are like, "You nerd," and I'm just yeah, I am a nerd, and I love it, you know. And you guys love it too. And we love shelling you people, right? We love hanging out and having a good time, and that's what we do all day long. but it's just the passion that we have behind what we do. And I don't know, I can go on a tangent forever, just like Angelus.
Well, here's the crux of it, Danny, and this is why we talk about the split. Is that yes, if you're not doing it, we're not doing it. We might not be doing it for the money, but you can't say the money doesn't matter either. Because
Correct.
if you're going to get money out of doing a thing, you want to get the most money you want to get money for the work is worth.
Correct.
And if the Twitch suddenly takes money back that you were getting and suddenly cuts it off, that becomes an issue. I mean, it doesn't affect us as affiliates. Obviously, the change in split doesn't affect us. Let's be upfront about that. But it will affect bigger creators, and those bigger creators will leave.
Yep.
Like they'll leave. Now that means there'll be new big creators to take their place, but the incentive to become a partner. Oh, I know, Danny. I know exactly. That's why I'm answering you as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything you want to do, like if you want to create content and you're passionate about it, you're doing it for the community, yes. But making money is also a nice thing. And if you're going to make money, you want to make the most money you can doing it if you're going to make money.
Yep.
If you're going to get money from your endeavor, you want to maximize that, because any money you do make, you're going to put back in. Thank you for the follow, Austin. Welcome aboard. It comes down to you want to feel valued. And if Twitch doesn't find that your content is valuable by taking money away from your ability to earn, you're going to go elsewhere.
Yep. I mean,
because obviously Twitch isn't appreciating its creators.
Bingo. And it comes down to value. Oh my God, I can't speak tonight. Valuing.
Sound like me. There you go. You got it.
Valuing your creators. Okay. Valuing your creators. It's not about like, oh, we're going to take away the split and you know, the money doesn't matter. It does matter. If a YouTube content creator is gaining more value or more money, right? In this sense is money, because you're being valued by monetary means. Okay. They're going to say, hey, we value our content creators, and it doesn't matter about our content here because we're getting revenue from ads anyways, not about how much you make. Because that's the problem, in my opinion, with Twitch. Twitch is all about get your subscribers to subscribe so that we can make money, instead of relying not just on ad revenue to help the creators out and get more exposure. And that's the problem we're having with Twitch, right? YouTube, on the other hand, can give you an algorithm that helps you with more exposure. And on top of that, you get a 70 split when you have a subscriber count, 70-30 split when subscriber count. And on top of that, you get ad revenue. So it's like, thank you, YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate you, you know, and I appreciate you appreciating me. And that's the problem, is like right now, Twitch isn't doing that for their creators. It's just not seen. Again, this is not a Twitch bash. This is just a comparison
Twitch
between
fact.
YouTube and Twitch, right? The comparison between the two is YouTube has got a 70-30 split with just your subscriber count, and you can control how much that split is, right? Or how much you're gaining, because they have a range. I explained this a little bit earlier, where it's going to be a tier 1 subscription is $1.99 compared to $5 here on Twitch, right? Or you can make it $4.99, which is going to be the same as Twitch, and give the same amount of value or more to your subscribers over on YouTube. So, you know, you can differentiate that, and the same thing goes for tier 2 and tier 3. So, you know, it's all about how you value your community and how much you, because I know for me, like my tier 1 subscriptions over on YouTube, they're $2.99. That's $3 cheaper than Twitch, and you get the same amount of emotes that you get on Twitch. But I'm telling you guys, hey, come over here if you want to really support the channel, and you guys can have the same amount of emotes and have fun. So it's like, and you get other stuff that you normally wouldn't get over on Twitch. The other thing that provides a lot more value on YouTube, and again, this is just a differentiator between YouTube and Twitch. Twitch's VODs only stay up for 30 days. YouTube stays up forever as long as you keep it public. And number two, okay, you also have the ad revenue that you get from it, but you also get the tier subscription. So tier 1, you get the emotes. Tier 2, you can actually get access to videos earlier than anybody else. Tier 3, you get access and something else special, like playing with the actual creator, because a lot of people don't play with people on YouTube, which is something that I find kind of weird, but they're fixing it. You can pay $25 to play with the creator, or do something else extra that adds even more value to that tier system. So it's kind of like a Patreon almost, but YouTube is now kind of implementing that for their tier subscriptions, which I think was pretty cool, and it's a very smart move.
Well, absolutely. I mean, even they have to differentiate. And Facebook also has the 70-30 split. Like, I mean, yes, it's Facebook, and everybody's going to cringe every time I say Facebook, because Facebook. But it's becoming a viable platform that's showing real growth. It doesn't have the same benefits as YouTube, and it doesn't have the same things as Twitch as far as community goes, but it's a growing presence. And then there's Trovo that nobody talks about because, well, it's owned by Tencent, and it's not really, it's doing things, but it doesn't have a presence. So, but it's still a factor because, the path that Twitch seems to be going on, we have to question, will Twitch still be around in 3, 4, 5 years? Like, what longevity is Twitch going to have if it keeps having negative impacts on the community? So you have to consider, where do you want to be in 5 years' time? But this is only if you are, streaming with the intention of a career, more so than anything else. Like, if you're planning on building a long-lasting career out of this, you have to consider where you're going to be next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the road, and what that's going to look like.
It's just, I mean, think about it this way. Think about what Twitch has done within the past year. I'm not saying YouTube is clean from crap, because they've definitely done some stupid crap in the past, okay? But Twitch, right, has negatively impacted every single decision they've made, okay, for the past 2 years. And they're not doing anything to help their creators. It took a massive uproar from the community on Twitch for even them to do hate raid stuff, right? It was pulling an arm and a leg and pulling teeth, right? For them to do something about it, right? To even do something about it. We're not even talking about implementing something for the raids. We're talking about doing something about it. They're like, hey, get this, do this, or do that. How is that going to help the creator? And then on top of that, now they're talking about, if the rumors are true, they're talking about taking away the split, and they're taking away the online friendship thing. So like, if you have friends on here that are not following you, now they're going to force them to follow you so that they can see when you're going live, because their motto or their explanation is, well, this is an online community that's all supporting about when people go online, so people should interact with others while they're online, so have them follow you.
Yeah.
What?
It's such a weird thing. The thing that I find interesting now is YouTube is, aside from the gifted memberships, they're also talking about doing their own version of raids, which are channel redirects or something. I'm wondering if they're really questioning that now because of the whole hate raid thing. Maybe that might be delayed while they fix the problem before it becomes a problem.
I mean, that brings up a good point. It brings up a good point with the the hate raids that occurred. Do them implementing the raid hate, is it going to be now something to postpone. I didn't really think about that until you brought it up right now, because raiding is fantastic into finding new communities. But besides that, I mean, let's be honest, 80% of the people that raid into a community usually leave within the first couple minutes. So
absolutely.
You have 20% of that community that might stick around and find a new content creator, which is fantastic. That's a great way to find new creators and hopefully vibe with a new community, which is awesome. But really, what else does it do? And YouTube doesn't rely right now on that raid, and you still get pretty good visibility. So, do they stop that raid suggestion and possibly just improve their algorithm for live streaming so that people can find more content like yours, right? And make it even better instead of implementing and putting money into a raid suggestion? Who knows? But I mean, for me, I think it makes more sense to put more money into that, live algorithm, similar to what they did with the shorts. So the shorts have its own algorithm and its own shelf space, for lack of a better term. That's what they call it, is a shelf space over on YouTube. When you have a short, it's a completely different algorithm than your regular videos. So do they implement a new algorithm for your live videos and get broadcasted to, billions of people out there?
Well, that's the thing. Like, shorts now have a page layout specifically for shorts. Even on PC, you actually have a shorts page. That's the thing with lives, and that's one of the problems they need to solve, honestly.
Right.
Is because if you want to raid, how do you know anybody's online if you can't see? Like with Twitch, you can look at your side panel, you see the channels you follow, you can see who's live. We don't have that on YouTube yet.
Right.
They need a live portal so that you can see who's live, so that you can decide who to raid, unless you know your friends are on, because you just know. So that's one of those questions that I think they need to solve before they implement a raid system. And here's the thing, with hosting, I mean, Twitch broke hosting, auto-hosting anyway.
It doesn't work.
It really doesn't, and now if people host you, that's great. I don't think that YouTube's ever going to adopt that.
No. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. Right now, on YouTube, you don't need a host for YouTube. You can share the link.
Yeah.
Sharing the link is just as good or even better than hosting, right? Because hosting, again, this is not to take away from the hosts that happen on Twitch, because they do help for the little bit of visibility that you get on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
But if you have someone who follows you who has one follower on Twitch and they host you, if they don't stream, who's going to go to their channel to watch you? So it's like, again, this is nothing against the host and nothing against people who have one follower out there. It's more of the truth, right? The hard truth. It's like, okay, the hosts help. Yes, they help with visibility. It used to help a lot more, right? When Twitch actually had something that picked up your channel because you were getting so many hosts. But now the hosts are broken. So it's like, okay, you have to actually find a person who's actually hosting you to go then watch you. Same thing with the recommendation system that they have on Twitch. Twitch does a horrible job with recommending what type of content I want to watch. So it's not even there. It's just, unfortunately, it's just the way that Twitch is made. And again, it's nothing against the followers, because I appreciate all of the hosts. It's just no one's going to actually watch it.
The system is at the moment broken, and their boost train experiment went sideways the day it launched, because people were boosting pornography to the front page of Twitch, which on its own is hilarious, and I laughed about that for a good week. But their intention was to have hype trains be tied to Discovery, and it completely failed, and it's now been turned off because there's always going to be people who are going to use a new system for no good. And like every time Twitch tries to do something that might help, they screw it up. So, But that's good that it actually does show on mobile, and hopefully they add that to PC. Like, I haven't really been looking at YouTube from a live perspective yet, because I've yet to go live on YouTube. That's coming soon, trademark.
Yeah.
But, you know, so I can't comment on that specifically. But the thing with any of these systems is you need to be able to see people who are live. And the easier they make that, the better it's going to be.
Absolutely.
And, you know, that's the thing with Twitch removing its friends list. The friends list, I mean, yeah, you could see what your friends are watching, and that kind of helped discovery, kind of, sort of. But, like, even Samara said it on Twitter. That was kind of creepy at the same time. Like, I don't really, like... I'm not sure I want people knowing who I'm watching all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
where I am.
Who am I watching? Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of creepy, and it's an obsolete system. Because that was very social network kind of stuff, and Twitch isn't a social network. Let's be honest, it's not. It's a content creation and consumption site. You know, if your friends aren't following you, are they really friends?
That friends list was cringy. It really was. It really was, or is, because it's still around. But I didn't like it. I actually started turning off my status so that it would show that I'm offline, even if I am on Twitch. So I don't like having people know where the hell I am at all times. That's just weird. that's just like, let me go stalk this guy. You know, like. Yo, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. I don't need you to follow me everywhere, okay?
Yeah.
I don't need
if I see who you're watching, I'm silently judging you. I'm just saying. No. Okay, maybe a little bit.
Parasocial network? I mean, yeah.
You're not wrong. But that's true about YouTube, too.
Yeah.
Parasocial relationships are a whole other conversation.
No, we're not getting into that tonight.
Weird. You know. Exactly, Danny. Nobody needs to know. Just drop your recommendations in DMs.
Who's Amura? What? Who the hell is he?
Amaranth? You don't know who Amaranth is?
No.
You're probably better off.
I don't go on Twitch a lot. I've said this. I hardly have time. You know, I hardly have time for the videos or the Twitch channels that I am now that are sort of active. You know, I don't even say I'm active. I'm sort of active in them. Like I'll say a couple words and then I'm listening to you guys 90% of the time because I'm working on videos and a bunch of other stuff. So I don't know. I do live on the rock.
I stay within certain channels. The only time, like especially for big creators, the only time you'll catch me in a big creator's channel is if there are Twitch drops involved.
Twitch drops, yeah.
Or it's somebody that I know.
I would say I watch, and I wouldn't even consider these like huge streamers. Like I consider them as mid-tier streamers compared to like, you know, Dr. Disrespect or something. But like, there's only 2 channels that you will find me, and I don't even talk in them. I just watch them because I think their content's really good. Is like Lobos Jr., which was actually introduced to me earlier this year by Seth, and DB Geek. Those are probably the only 2 people that I constantly watch because I thoroughly enjoy their content. But you won't see me talking in there a lot. You'll see me drop a line or 2 just to like you know, give to that conversation or whatever. But I don't really talk in streams a lot. I usually just listen. Protect Northwolf at all costs.
Same.
Crazy Kira.
Missing
in
input.
general, those platforms and the apps are missing input from diverse sets of users throughout the development cycle, which is why sometimes these features just miss the mark. Yeah, absolutely. 100%, Mig. 100%. Which is why the hype train thing of visibility thing, I mean, what? I don't hate y'all. It's just like, what's the, you know, Angelus was talking about earlier with the whole porn thing being at the front page. First and foremost, why is there porn on the front page, or why is there porn in general on Twitch? It's a you know,
because they could. I mean that's why, because they could.
Yeah,
Twitch put all the mechanisms in place so that they could do that.
You know, why is even like Twitch? I don't even understand why Twitch has porn on there. It's just mind boggles me. There are other platforms for that, chat. Other platforms. You guys know what those are. I'm innocent.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what sites to find those. There's healthy streaming communities on them for games too. So, you know. I'm not kidding.
Serious?
Pornhub has a healthy streaming community of gamers.
What?
They probably have a 70-30 split too. But, you know.
What?
I know somebody who has a channel, okay? Not me. Honestly, not me. I left that stuff in my younger days when I was 20. Anyway, moving on.
Kira's gonna go investigate now.
Yeah, Kira's gonna start Googling furiously. Well, this is the thing with watching people on Twitch. It's like I enjoy watching my friends because I know the content that they make. And I know that they make content that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. That's why I haven't been live, Danny. I've been streaming hentai games over on Pornhub. You heard it here first, kids.
Right.
But, you know, it's one of those things like, what's interesting to me is before I started streaming, I never watched Twitch. Like, before I started streaming seriously in the last 2 years, I never watched Twitch. I streamed it once in a blue moon because I got bored, but I never watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I hardly watched YouTube. That was a thing that the kids did. I'm going to sound old now, but it's true. Like, before I really started doing streaming seriously, I couldn't understand streaming as a concept. I couldn't understand why people would voluntarily watch other people play video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't... It didn't make sense to me because I thought, well, if I'm going to watch a game, I might as well just play it.
Right.
Until I started doing it, and then I started understanding it was about the community interaction and the interaction with chat and doing all the things and providing entertainment. But from the outside, without knowing that, looking in, I can understand why a lot of people don't know what Twitch is, because it's a conceptual thing that they just can't quite grasp, and it's hard to explain to other people. It's hard to explain to people who don't know what it is. Or why it's so entertaining.
I personally think even content creators on Twitch don't know what Twitch is and don't know how to explain it. Because like even when I first started streaming on Twitch and someone would be like, so what do you do on Twitch? I would struggle. I'd be like, I don't know what I do. I play games, I talk, we have a community. I really didn't know how to explain myself. Now after 2 years, sure, I have a better way of explaining it, but I don't think like the majority of the streamers on Twitch really know how to explain Twitch. It's just like we stream on it and we have fun and that's it. And it's like that's really all you do. And yeah, that's all you do. I mean, my parents, my father and my mother, who I explain what I do, they're still like, so what do you do? Like I tell them YouTube, they're like instantly connection. They get it. They understand it. Twitch, they're like, what? I don't understand. Like, how do you make money? I'm like, well, there's different ways of making money, and then there's just like, and then it just goes into a whole debacle, and they don't understand any of it. So
you just say crazy people give you money. Just put it that way. Crazy people just throw money at the screen.
Chat, you know what to do. And it's that time, chat. It's that time.
Don't wish to be horny anymore. I just want to be happy.
Exactly, Twin. Exactly. That's what we were talking about earlier, Twin. We were talking about how the discoverability on YouTube is a lot better. And I've been saying this for months, and people will look at me weird and go, Northwolf doesn't like Twitch and doesn't like our community. And I'm like, really? I never said that. I said YouTube has better discoverability, and I need to look at a different avenue and not just put all my eggs in one basket. that's what we were talking about again earlier, right? We were talking about this earlier, how you have to diversify yourself as a content creator on multiple platforms, and not just put all your eggs in one basket, right? So this is something
that's a lot of big words,
to...
Seth. I don't know if the common person would get that one either.
You're a multi-platform entertainer who provides entertainment via audiovisual means, via video games or other things, and return people throw money at you. There's too many. Look, how many syllables in multi-platform? Multi-platform. 4 syllables. That's too many.
Yeah, there's too many words. And thank you for the 100 bits, Seth.
Way too many.
That's good. We're good.
You need 1 or 2 syllables to explain Twitch. Okay. Yeah, you can't sit here and be like, yeah, you know, all you do is live stream on YouTube, and I've gained 3 months on YouTube, more than 6 months on Twitch. Yeah, twin. Yeah, I believe you. Because I did the same thing. I became a YouTube partner in 5 months. I've been on Twitch for 2 years, almost, in September, and we're still not Twitch partner.
Yeah. I mean, well, this is it. And yeah, that's exactly basically what it is. It's like stripping, but with video games, and we have our clothes on. That's Twitch.
I mean, I do have a video of me in a Santa outfit, so, and a Sailor Moon outfit, that too.
I mean, you can put that on Pornhub.
You know what? If I could, I would, but no.
just no. Hard pass.
Just no. Yeah, no.
Well, like, that's the thing, like, even explaining YouTube, like, you can say you make YouTube videos and people will understand that. When you say you live stream on YouTube, they give you a blank look.
Yeah, but they
okay,
I feel like people understand more, like, if you say I stream on YouTube, so because you're like, hey, look, you know those videos you watch, instead of just watching it, you know, because someone already did it, now you're watching it live. That's easier to explain than going, hey, yeah, I'm on Twitch, and you know YouTube videos, you watch YouTube videos? No, you don't watch YouTube videos? Okay, well, you know TikTok is, and it's just like you're kind of like struggling there, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of a struggle more there than anything else. I won't be partner as quick as you because I have a lot more work to do. Hey, twin, every stepping stone, and this is any advice that I give to anybody. You're gonna take a stepping stone. I did not think I was going to reach partner so quickly. Honestly speaking, I had no idea that I was going to reach YouTube partner that quickly. I had a plan, right? And that's the thing. On YouTube or any platform, you need to have a plan. You need to know what you're going to be producing, what type of content you're going to be producing, and not just be like, hey, you know what? Today I'm going to wake up and, you know what? I'm just going to wing it. You're not going to get anywhere in any content creation. You're just going to maybe get lucky. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe I'm full of shit and you'll get lucky and you get, you know, post a video on YouTube or on TikTok and you freaking blow up, and good for you. But as far as sustainability, are you going to sustain that community once you've blown up and done that one viral video? Like that one video on TikTok, which I find hilarious for whatever reason, with that girl that is literally just talking on the video, backs up to the corner of her bedpost and just like,
yep.
I find that video so funny for no reason. That girl has millions of followers just because people were duetting her video. Okay. But after that one-stop show, it's like, you know, the iPhone 65, Blue Dabble Dee Babble Da, whatever the name of the song is. We only get that one-hit wonder that you guys are remembered for, right? But is that going to sustain you for the rest of your career? And the answer is probably no.
Well, see, I remembered something I told my mother once when she asked me about Twitch, and I said it's basically public. It's like public access TV. Public access cable back in the day, sense. You know, Wayne's World. We're basically Wayne's World with video games.
Yeah. That makes total sense.
But that's a dated reference that only old people will get.
Right, but you tell that to a person who's, you know, 24, 25 years old, you know, they're gonna really understand what you're saying when you say Wayne's World. I mean, I said, oh my gosh, I think I turned red when I said this. I asked someone if they knew what Bill and Ted Excellent Adventures was, and I got a blank stare, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave.
I enjoyed the NES game. I had a good game. I had a great game. I might stream that at some point. It was a frustrating game, but it was good.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna leave. I looked at the person. I was like, "You don't know who Bill and Ted, like Lady Wolf, all right? My partner." I asked her, "Do you know what Bill and Ted was?" She was like, "What's Bill and Ted?" I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, what?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, you can not be Lady Wolf until you watch Bill and Ted. You know, and actually, I said that about Back to the Future, and we watched Back to the Future, so she's forgiven. But like, Bill and Ted is something we're working on.
You create visual and interactive content online in a high-profile setting. You also engage in self-marketing and networking in order to promote and expand your brand and encourage others to check out your product and possibly invest in it. Still a mouthful.
That's too much.
That's what she said.
Once again, thank you. I almost have 100 on YouTube. Keep sending me videos. Yo, Kira, I am happy. You know, one of the best things, best compliments, in my opinion, for any content creator, not just myself, but any content creator, is when someone says, "Hey, you inspired me to do something. I branded something that you did, made it my own, and now I have success for it." You know what? That makes me happy. That makes me happy. That means that I'm doing my job as a content creator, because we are influencers. Back in the day, YouTube streamers and freaking TikTok streamers were called influencers. So you're influencing other people. That is your job. You are a content creator. You are influencing your community. That is what a content creator is. So if I did that and you are happy and you're doing the things that you're doing and you're getting success out of it, freaking awesome, dude. I am so happy.
Yeah, if I'm an influencer, it's definitely is a bad one. I am not a good influence.
Not a good influence? Look, all we know is that the thing that we're going to all take away today is that Angelus told us that Pornhub has a very good gaming community, so go over there.
It's true. Check it out. You'll find games you never thought you would ever see being played. It's a whole new experience. I'm just expanding horizons. All right.
Imagine,
YouTubers are still called
I agree
influencers.
with you right now. Okay, I agree with you. I think influencers word sounds like a fucking proper chat, you know, but. It's literally like Twin said, YouTubers are still called influencers. So
influencers are on Instagram.
That too. And on Instagram. They're
and
on
TikTok
Instagram as well. And are they? I guess they're TikTok influencers, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, they are. That's the marketing term for them.
I'm influencing new curse words. You drink a Monster and punch a dry wall. Hey. What is your repair bill? Because I'm sure it's pretty expensive right now.
Drinking and becoming Batman. Lol.
TikTok made me buy it. Oh my god, that's a whole thing too, by the way. You ever seen that on TikTok where it's like, TikTok made me buy this? Some of the stuff they have on there is actually pretty neat, but some of it's trash. And like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty cool to watch. Kira, see, Kira, we need to find, everybody needs to get together in Kira's community, and we need to buy Kira a Batman mask. He doesn't have one. He calls himself Batman all the time. What the hell?
He also needs an Optimus Prime mask too.
Yes.
He does a good Optimus Prime.
Absolutely. Instagram has so many fake people. I agree with that, Twin. I've come across so many bots on Instagram. It's really bad. Like, you put a hashtag that the bots are following, and you're gonna get repost this at my blah blah blah, repost this at blah blah blah,
DM this to blah blah blah,
DM this to blah blah blah. Like, it's really bad. You make headstones for a living. It's part of the contract.
He does too. That's what he does. It's one of those jobs you hear about, but you never think you'd meet somebody who does it. Majin makes
That's
headstones.
Pretty cool. So do you like manually do it, or do you put it in a machine that actually does it? Like, how do you pick those stones up? Because some of those things are marble and granite, and those things weigh, man.
So
You have
that's
an
a
old Adam West
whole
blue
thing.
one from the costume? Yes, Twin. Could you imagine
That's fantastic.
Twin with like all of the beard and with a Batman?
That would be
Batman?
awesome, actually.
That'd be amazing. Just like all of a sudden he comes on, he's just like but he has to come from the bottom of the camera, so he has to like rise up, right?
He has to Obi-Wan
And just be
Kenobi
like-
it.
and just be like, I am Batman. And it has to be like all in a deep voice too, you know? Just be like, I am Batman.
That'd be a great TikTok.
Exactly. You know? Or do like the transition TikTok thing where he's just, you know, he turns in 1 second, turns around and he's Batman, you know? It'd be great. Be great. I'm giving you ideas, Twin. Write them down. Write them down.
No DC stuff. Yeah. Well,
I live on Forklift and use a sandblast machine. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So Forklift must be your friend.
would have to
DC
be for
stuff.
that
Yuck.
rate.
Look, DC. The only DC that I like is Batman. Batman's the only DC I like. No, Ninja Turtles isn't DC. So yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Batman, Booster Gold. There's a couple, but I'm deep bench DC. I'm old school deep bench DC, not the Holy Trinity. But I was always more of a Marvel kid too.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, and I know we're getting off topic here because of my ADD, but
All topics are open.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, when I was a kid, I used to grab the Batman comic books, and I grabbed a comic book. I actually showed this on stream the other day. I have the Year One Batman comic. I highly recommend that comic book to anyone in here right now. There's another book, the comic book that came out too. It's called The White Knight. Batman the White Knight. Super awesome read. Super awesome read. If you love the Joker and you love the Batman Joker dynamic, that is a book you need to read. It is absolutely fantastic. Totally love that. And I don't like I do like Flash, but I don't like Flash. It's kind of like I like the newer age Flash than the older age Flash, but that's just my
Flash
opinion.
is. Well, I like a lot of DC. Unless you go into the deep bench, a lot of the stuff it's just the same. Like I loved Superman in the 80s and a little bit in the early 90s until he died, and then it got weird. And
Wait,
you know,
Batman came back. They brought him back.
yeah,
They kept him dead for like a day, or Superman came.
Several
Superman
versions
died
of him
for like
came
a-
back, and then he came back, and I enjoyed the Superboy run with the leather jacket and everything. That was fun. But you know, for me, I've more always been of a Marvel kid with X-Men and Alpha Flight, a lot of Punisher, and like a fun thing for me when I was a teenager was I'd get Batman, Deadpool, and Punisher comics, and then I'd read them all because I thought it would be fun.
I have a number one issue of Deadpool and Spider-Man behind me. That was a great comic if you haven't read it yet. Twin, you like Doctor Strange? Doctor Strange is fantastic.
Yes.
The Doctor Strange movies are one of my favorite movies, and I'm really excited
The
for
comics
I think it comes out this Friday.
Friday. Yep.
This Friday? Yeah, this Friday, which I'm really excited for. I'm gonna be there opening day for sure.
I'm hoping
I'm gonna go for the I'm gonna be going for the matinee. There's a movie theater like 20 minutes from me.
I got to see if the kiddo wants to come with me or not.
You have the Death
Because
of Superman.
I don't want to sit in the movie
No, I
theater
don't
by
have the
myself
Death
like a
of
sad
Superman.
old man.
I don't have the Death of Superman, but I do have the Marriage of Superman. I have the Wedding Day of Superman, which is
I had
a white comic book.
Cyclops and Jean Grey's wedding from 94 or
Back then.
95. I remember you mentioning that before, Twin. Doctor Strange was always a lot of fun. If I crossed over anybody between Marvel and DC, I would love to see a crossover with Doctor Strange and Constantine. That would be fun.
Yes, absolutely.
I would get a kick out of that.
I will love that. This is the Wedding of
Nice.
Superman. This is in pretty good condition too. But the Wedding of Superman, it's all white cover. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I love this comic. And we also have Hush. If you guys haven't watched, or it's also a movie, but if you haven't read Hush or watched Hush, which is a Batman movie, Batman animated movie.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
DC animation is so good that the live action movies make me sad.
They really are.
Because the live action movies are so hit and miss, but DC animation has been killing it for years.
They really have. They have. The Hush movie was really good. The Flashpoint movie was really good. Yeah. There was another one. There was another Batman one with one of my all-time favorite Jokers, and it's just the only correct answer is Mark Hamill. Sorry, y'all. Mark Hamill is my Joker forever and ever. I love Heath Ledger, but Mark Hamill will always be my Joker. Yeah. He did a movie. I think it was The Phantom something. Phantom.
Mask of the Phantasm?
The Mask of the Phantasm. That's the one. That's a really good movie.
So we can become strong.
It's a really good movie.
I'm still here.
The live action movies cater too much. They really do. They really do, in my opinion. I feel like they cater too much to the audience just because they're afraid of like the Sonic thing, basically.
Yeah. Well, and yes, The Killing Joke was fantastic also. So was, I can't remember which one it was. There was a Batman versus Dracula animated movie that was entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
But, like, DC live action, the thing that
I thought
bothers
the
me...
last Batman was really good. That's my opinion.
The new one that just came out?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's good. It's good.
And
I think
I keep hearing that. The problem is, and I've said this many times in many places, as much as I love Batman, I'm tired of Batman.
They don't. So here's what I will say about the Batman. Okay. In the Batman, they don't give you the whole Bruce Wayne Batman origin story.
Yeah. No, I know.
Over.
It's just...
That's over.
They need to let Batman rest. They need to let Superman rest. Like,
I would love to see a well-written Flash movie.
Yes. With a good actor as Flash.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Ezra Miller can run off into the distance and never come back. But
yes,
you know,
he actually got.
I like Grant Gustin. Yeah, he got arrested again for possible assault or something. Grant Gustin has done a good job as Flash for TV.
Yeah,
but his Flash does not work in the current lineups of DC movies. Yeah, because it's just he's a proper Flash, but.
I don't know. I think he could make it work though, because look at the crossover they had with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Marvel Netflix series. I'm not going to spoil it for those who haven't seen the movies yet, but there is a cameo on a couple characters that happen in the MCU, which I think could totally work if they brought over the CW Flash to the DC they could even put it in this movie, right? They could put it in this movie and like have Urza just like disappear completely and put him in, and like he's
and nobody would care.
Totally
the only problem with that is that Flash was always of an age with Batman and Superman and the Justice League. They were all similar in age, so with Pattinson's Batman would work, but I'm not sure about Cavill's Superman. Although it might be a thing, but who knows? The thing with it is
older-ish.
A little bit older, yeah. Well, Batman and Superman were kind of around the same age, so Flash could be younger. It could still work, but like I said, they need to rest the big three. Like, just let them have a vacation and go to the deep bench. And if they want to actually build a universe, build it with some. B-list characters to establish the world and then have the big three as an event.
Like Wonder Woman, like Twin just said, Wonder Woman needs to be fixed after the last movie.
Yes.
the last
movie is
was
a write-off.
not that great.
The first one was fantastic.
Yeah, the first one was freaking awesome. The second movie was just, they missed the mark pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I think Wonder Woman is a fantastic character that should get a second chance with a different movie. I think Green Lantern would be a freaking awesome character to bring in. I would even say bring back freaking Ryan Reynolds, because I didn't think that movie was bad at all. I am one of the few people that'll probably say that Green Lantern movie was pretty okay. Okay, it's not great, it's not bad, it was okay, sure, it's all CGI, but hey, it's a Green Lantern movie. Where are you gonna find aliens?
But it wasn't. The thing is that it wasn't good CGI. That's the problem. Not the fact that it was CGI. It was that, and honestly, if they were going to do a Green Lantern, I'd rather they do Jon Stewart. Really, because he's more of an interesting Green Lantern.
Yeah,
but that's me.
I don't know. I think Green Lantern should be in it. I think is it Hawk?
Yeah, Hawkman.
Hawkman should be in it. That would be awesome. I think he actually has a cameo in one of the upcoming movies, which would be really dope.
Probably, because the last time we saw him would have been in Stargirl on Amazon, which is actually a really good show.
The other one is the Martian. What's his name? Marlon Martian? No.
Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter. He's another one that should be given another movie, or a movie in general, because he was in
He was on TV.
He was on. Well, he's not on just TV. He was on the new movie.
The animated one. Right. Yeah. Right.
And they revealed that he was there the whole time, just like a freaking what's his name? I think they're trying to do the whole. God damn it! I can't think of the names right now. It's so late. Oh my God, Samuel L. Jackson's character. Why can't I think his name? Marvin the Martian. Yeah, Marvin the Martian is the one I was thinking about, imagine. But I'm thinking about what's his name? Oh my God!
I mean, that's still a DC property.
Marvin. So the Manhunter is trying to be the next. What's it called?
Nick Fury to build the Justice League,
because he's always there, but he's behind the scenes and whatever. So I think he needs his own movie. Who else would be a really good?
See, if they want to reboot things, I mean, they're talking about doing Flashpoint, which that's an easy fix. But if they really want to do it and they want to do time travel, they should do Booster Gold and have him come back and just screw everything up and have it reboot and just New 52 it and call it done.
Yeah, why not?
Because they can't make it any worse.
Why not? I mean, look, everybody gives Ezra shit for his portrayal of the Flash, but I will tell you, in the Justice League movie, that one scene towards the end of the movie is probably one of the best scenes in the DCU right now. Which is, have you seen it?
Yes.
The one where he's traveling, he's going fast and traveling back.
Yeah.
Where he's talking. Yeah. I think that's one of the best scenes in the DCU right now. That's just my personal opinion. Green Arrow would be dope as hell. Black Canary would be dope as hell. White Canary would be dope as hell. I think they would be awesome to bring in the cast. They won't ever do it. But to bring in the cast from the Legends of Tomorrow would be freaking awesome. I love that entire cast. I love Constantine in that cast now. That Constantine character is fantastic. I think he'd be really cool. He was a trash Flash. Yeah, I think so as well. But I mean, I
But the
thought
scene
that
was cool.
one scene was cool as hell. I thought that scene was really, really dope. What's another character that they could bring back? There's a
Swamp Thing would be good. I wish they hadn't killed
they
that
had
show.
a Swamp Thing though. They had the show. The show
Yeah,
didn't
I know.
do well.
I know, but a movie, a full-length movie, Swamp Thing
They
horror
have a
movie
Swamp
would be
Thing
fantastic.
movie from back in the 80s.
Yeah, let's not talk about
Y'all
that.
remember that from the 80s? You had the toy that had the little string attached to his arm that would string out, and and it was a Swamp Thing toy figure for y'all. Okay, I'm showing my age here, so sorry, but the Swamp Thing toy
just a
from
little
back
bit.
then. Doesn't make most of
I mean, the
characters
toys were
work,
great.
the story and writing were there. I just want them to make sure that they were just good representations, because Justice League often ends up being very male and white. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, yeah.
You're not wrong. Nope, I wasn't alive in the 80s. Who else?
Oh, a bunch of kids.
I would love, a lot of people, and again, this is just my ADD brain going all over the place, because I just saw the Avatar pop figure that I have here. I think they should finish the Avatar movies. I thought the last Airbender movie was really good. I think they should finish that series.
They're not going to, though.
I know.
M. Night, Yeah, everybody's going to give you shit for that. Plus, the movie, the live action movie had multiple problems and it was pretty shitty. But,
I thought they was cool looking. I don't know. That's just me.
But, and I mean, Netflix is now making the live action show. The cartoon is fantastic.
For what? For Avatar? I didn't know this.
Avatar. Yep. They're making a live action show. Which I think is coming out this year, too.
Is it? That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to see. God, no. Look, I don't care. I thought the movie was decent, all right? The movie was decent. I will die on this hill. It wasn't bad. I take it for what it is. I didn't take it as a representation of the Avatar, okay? Because I have the entire Avatar DVD set here. I'm not taking that as a.
If they called it anything else, it would have been an all right
decent movie. That's what I'm saying. But since they're calling it The Last Avatar and they're trying to make it as the same Nickelodeon show, yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of crap for it. But you know what? If you just take it for what it is, which is a movie and it's entertaining, it wasn't bad. It's a C movie, okay? It's a C movie. I'm not giving it a B. I'm not stupid. But it's a C movie. It's entertaining. It's something you put on in the background for like an hour and a half, and that's it. You just leave it on and let it go. Just that's it. Okay? Even me is upset right now. Hey, look, you're not the only one that plays devil's advocate in here, okay?
Oh, boy. Well, I think at this point, this is where we're going to call an end to things, because we're going to end it on the last Avatar movie, because, I mean, once you get to that point, you're you know the energy is worn out.
Look, Doctor. We could talk about Doctor Who for the next 2 hours.
We could absolutely, but we'll save that for next time. Okay. You have the you get to pick where our raid destination is as guest.
Oh, no.
So if you have someone in mind, there's the raid call thingies.
Don't put that pressure on me. Crap. I don't know where to go. How about you pick anyone? Actually, you know what? I got you. We were talking about weeb stuff. Let's go visit Steve the Weeb. It's literally called Steve the Weeb. He just started too, so it's just starting. Playing some Breath of the Wild.
There we go then. See? That wasn't so hard. When do you stream next?
Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're playing some Bloodborne.
How are you-
Bloodborne.
How are you liking the Bloodborne?
Oh, dude, I love the Soul series. The Soulborne series has been absolutely fantastic. Making me work? What do you mean making you work?
Is
Seth?
Kira doing the chicken dance?
Yeah.
All right, let's set this up.
It's great.
Oh, well, sorry, Sath, but you know,
Sorry, not
it's
sorry.
gonna work. That's right. Sorry, not sorry. I will be on sometime tomorrow, probably in the evening, doing I don't know what Chrono Cross. I think.
Chrono Cross
Otherwise-
is fantastic. Chrono
Thank you,
series
North.
Don't they have Chrono Cross and what's the other
Chrono
one?
Cross and Chrono Trigger are both
Trigger,
on Steam
that's the
now.
other one. Yeah. Any of the avatars, the actual avatars for Nickelodeon are fantastic, but
Yes,
the movie is a C-level movie for sure.
and I think all of Avatar is on Netflix.
Yeah, and the girl Avatar one was fantastic too. I
Yes, Legend of
the girl
Korra.
Avatar.
I'm hoping they
Legend
have
of
another
Korra.
series at some point. I want more in that universe.
The Legend of Korra would be fantastic to see. I would love to see what happens after that. You know, supposedly she, no spoilers, but you guys watch it. You know what I'm saying.
Oh, exactly. All right, kids. We'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I was starting to run out of energy too. So.
Dude, I was done. I